Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
That means it's time for the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series to get underway. Good evening, everybody. I'm James J. I will be joined shortly by Walker McAnulty. We are at Kentucky Speedway tonight. Thank you again for joining us. After a road course race last week, tonight we are back to the ovals with a great field of trucks. 24 trucks have signed up and qualified tonight. And number 11, Dustin Reinstedel, has put it on the pole. And the number 11, Ian Silva second. As they begin to roll out. Mile and a half Kentucky Speedway. Built in the 1990s, finally got a cup race in 2011 that was a little bit of a disaster getting people in and out. The traffic was a nightmare from what I was told and what we'd read. But they finally got it underway. We don't have to worry about traffic tonight. The only traffic we have to worry about is hopefully some green flag pit cycles as Dustin Reinstedel and Ian Silva on the front row, Michael Samia, Nicholas Aslan, row 2, Brandon Cotton, Robert Sanders, row 3, John Aslan and Jason Phillips, row 4, Sean Cunningham, Trevor McLaughlin round out the top 5 rows. And we are coming to the green flag as we exit turn 4. The truck pace car will pull off, and Dustin Reinstedel will start the race. "24 cars coming to the green flag, and we are green.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Underway early in the race. 2 wide, 3 wide in the back. Thanks to everybody for showing up. 113 laps. Competition caution at lap 15. Remember, all 4Xs and above will be reviewed within the first 5 laps of restart. Chaos back here as we finish lap 1 from Sean Cunningham on back. Trevor McLaughlin finally tucks in behind him. Jason Phillips as well, trying to get a better view. Finally sorted out. Lee Kiernan joining us again tonight. With John Aslan looking underneath. This is the battle for 10th. Dustin Reinstedel being challenged by Nicholas Aslan in the race in the front. Ian Silva, Brandon Cotton. Brandon Cotton in the green. Number 5 is Michael Samia. Michael Samia's in a new paint tonight. What do we got? For the number 3 truck, he's been absent the last couple races. Oh, he's Spider-Man. He brings Spider-Man back. He's being challenged by Robert Sanders underneath. It's like Trevor McLaughlin and Sean Cunningham have caught back up. All right, finally starting to single file out a little bit. Brandon Cotton and Ian Silva, closest battle on the track. Ian Silva on the outside of the 5. Remember, we're going to lap 13. I'm sorry, we're going to lap 15 for the competition caution. So far, so good. Great job by everybody keeping her clean. Dustin Reinstedel is your current points leader, by the way. Followed closely by Robert Sanders and Trevor McLaughlin. Brandon Cotton and Justin Thaler round out the top 5 in points. All spread out. Still the closest battle right here with Robert Sanders, Sean Cunningham, and Michael Samia. 3-way battle here. 27 laps, 27 to 30 laps on a stint. We'll say 25 to 30 laps is going to be the window. We'll see if anybody plays a little strategy and decides to stay out at the competition caution. Trying to figure out how to get Walker up in here. We'll see if he can find his way to the booth. He should be here any minute. Caution's out, not the competition caution. See if we can find out what happened. Yellow's out. Oh, we got the 22 turned around. See, he got in contact with the number 7. Hey, I think we got Walker in. He found his way up to the booth. Walker's James, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, right on time. You didn't miss anything. Dustin Reinstedel on the pole. We're watching the 22 and the 7 here coming into turn 3. I think the 22 just loses it on his own right in front of the number 7. Nothing he can do. The question is, did he hit the wall or just come out? Nope, not here yet. Maybe it happened in 1 and 2. Did he get some help from the number 7 who started from pit lane, working his way up?
That message on the bottom kind of makes me think so. Looks like he slid up the track. Gets into the fence. Okay. Yep.
Oh, comes right back down. Into the fence hard. Brings out the caution. First caution of the day. So much for a 0x for starting in the pit lane for Chris Thaler. It's all good. So this is right in the middle of the competition caution coming out at 15. Do you pit now, Walker? Let's see what they chose.
Well, it looks like a birdie in the ear says that the comp caution is called early. So I guess this will be the competition caution.
How about that?
So we've got the one taker to stay on the track, Michael Samia behind the pace truck. Used to saying pace car, but it's the pace truck.
I noticed that. Another iRacing update, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, hey. Well, you know, we're in Kentucky. We got all the good old boys out here with their big old trucks. They got to show out, you know?
That's right. Can't blame them. That's not a bad looking pace truck, to be honest.
No, not really.
Not a bad looking Spider-Man for number 3, but unfortunately he was the only one that stayed out, especially knowing that there's no longer going to be a competition caution.
Quite a few people took tires, which I'm kind of surprised by. 10 laps? How many sets we got on the floor?
4 on the floor.
4 on the floor? Okay. I guess that makes sense then, because
Plenty of tires.
Are you really going to use that many sets of tires if it's green to the end? Probably not. I mean, you'd love to have a set every time you stop, I'll rephrase,
Right. That's where I was going to go with it. I'd
but
rather
you know,
catch it later in the race.
if you
But
can get a little bit of track position by getting them now, then go for it, you know?
yep, that's Michael Samia's plan. He likes leading from the front. We're about to find out how big of a factor what 10 laps on tires is. Kentucky Speedway fairly abrasive on tires. Sean Cunningham with the purple lap so far, 30.41.
Is this thing concrete or is it just
Asphalt,
really light?
asphalt seals, I see. I don't think they seal concrete like that, so you wouldn't see the lanes.
Well, you never know. It is a very light surface, so
Look it up.
it might be graded or something. Who knows?
If
Or
you
they
want
just
to,
maybe have light rock there.
yeah, it's called the restart. I'll look it up. I'll let Google tell us. Go ahead. Welcome to the club, Walker. I'm glad you're here helping me out, man. I sure could use you. Everybody on YouTube says hello, Walker. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for letting me come on in here. As we're coming back to the restart, Geico restart zone coming up soon. We got the number 3 truck of Michael Samia. He's going to be the one taking off, and he does. Leaves Dustin Reinsettle back there to fight with Jason Phillips on this restart. Trevor McLaughlin right behind Dustin Reinsettle on the outside, trying to make as much ground as he can. Still side by side for second place. Michael Samia jumps out to a little bit of a lead here. A few truck links between him and the two fighting behind of Dustin Reinsettle and Jason Phillips as they head off into turn number 3. Still 2 by 2 by 2. Got Ian Silva looking to the outside. He's making it 3 wide to the outside of Eric Thaler.
So I'll get you a better view here. There you go.
Now we're 3 wide for second. We got Jason Phillips in the middle. Got Nick Asselin, last season's champion, diving down the inside. He's going to take 2 for 1. Brandon Cotton going to follow him through. He's going to take 2 for 1. And will Trevor be able to take advantage of this as well? Trevor McLaughlin and that Ghost, I think that's the bubblegum one. He's
Bubblicious.
going to Bubblicious, he's going to take the position away from Dustin Reinsettle. So Dustin, in the span of 1 lap, drops down 3 places, but he's going to be back on the offense. As we see here, also, we've got Eric Thaler trying to make the move on that Christmas-themed number 88.
Around.
And we've got another caution.
I believe that was Travis Jones. I saw him go in the background. Around and around, pointing the wrong direction. Whoa, buddy. That's not
Got a
pretty.
few pointing the wrong direction here. My teammate, Ian.
Yeah, we'll talk about that road course. Fun run. Look at this madness pack here. Oh, trying to figure out which camera's going to give us the best shot. Here we go.
Let's see what happens here. We're 4 wide. 3 wide into 4 wide here. That's only going to end up one way. We're down to 3 wide, 2 and 3. Got Travis Jones up behind Ian Silva. And Travis Jones comes down into James Olavison, who had his nose in on the bottom. And they're just going to barely collect Ian Silva's quarter panel and send him around. So Travis Jones gets up into the fence. So does Ian Silva. And then Michael Harris Jr. up in the fence trying to get her woed up. Looks like he is going to be able to keep from hitting the 51, which is nice. Oh, Chris Thaler takes some as well from the 96 as the 96 came sliding down the track. So Chris already was in a wreck earlier that we just watched. So yeah, he also hit the outside wall. So he's going to be doing some damage repairs. And tough luck for these guys.
Unfortunate. Well, this gives Michael Samia a chance to get back on pace with everybody else, albeit in the back. I think Michael Samia comes in. He does.
It's going to put Nick Asselin on the point. Got the two Thaylors up double digits in positions. Eric Thaler up 12, Justin Thaler up 11. Thaler brothers ducking and diving, making moves. Jason Phillips and Dustin Reinsettle with a terrible restart last time around as well. They each lost 3 positions on that restart. Got absolutely freight trained by these guys in the top 3 now. Nick Asselin making the hole. Brandon Cotton and Trevor McLaughlin taking advantage of the hole. So, did I miss anything? Or was it
You missed
just
Dustin Reinstedt on the pole and about 8 laps of green flag racing. Didn't take long to go single file. So you caught right up, man. Piece of cake.
okay?
Tell us about the fun run you guys partnered up with on the road course at Lime Rock in the new M2s, right?
Yeah, we did a 2-hour team race, 1 AM driver and 1 pro driver per team. I think we had 8 or 9 teams, maybe 10, something like that show up. It was pretty good for a fun run. I got the honor of racing with Ian Silva, um, and me and him basically spent the entire time yapping to each other about the Oval Series and not actually really paying attention to what was happening. But
How
but
long did you
yeah,
get used to his Aussie accent?
oh,
Did you
not too long, because I already talked to quite a few people that are from there with slot car racing, so it didn't take too long. I had to make fun of him every once in a while whenever he said a word funny, but
right?
that's just the way it goes.
That's right. And you guys finished where? Yeah, I know you were leading.
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, we ended up 4th.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was nice talking to him and getting to know him, and uh, hopefully, uh, hopefully I'll get to talk to him again here soon.
Well, the race is going to restart to see who talks to us tonight after the race. Nicholas Aslin, as you mentioned, in the 48 is going to hit that restart zone, and we'll see when he goes late in the deep in the restart zone. Trying to pull a fast one, and we're green again. Dustin Reinstedt quick to drop down right behind Trevor McLaughlin. See if he can bring Eric Thaler with him. Down on the inside in the 15. 3 wide for second. Trevor gets up in front of Brandon Cotton. And we're racing again, Walker.
Yeah, some good 2 wide battling here. I thought Dustin was going to be able to try to make it 3 wide bottom there for second, but he backed out of it. Brandon Cotton now looking to the bottom on Trevor McLaughlin for second. And then we've got Sean Cunningham here fighting with Justin Thaler. Looks like Brandon Cotton will get that position. And Dustin Reinsettle now looking to the inside, trying to take away that final podium position. And this is Trevor able to hold it around the outside? He does, drives it in there nice and deep, and will keep his 3rd place. Now with that, Dustin Reinsettle doesn't quite get as good of an exit, so now he's got Eric Thaler all over his rear bumper. Eric, we know he's going to run whatever high line he can. And as you can see, he's already offsetting himself to the top. And getting into the fence there, got really loose on exit. Able to hold on to it. Good racing here so far. These guys are really tight, close together. Was that Justin? Justin Thaler makes the move around the outside of Jason Phillips.
That was a heck of a move around the outside. Pretty strong.
It looks like Andrew Miller's trying to follow here, get this position away. He's trying to run around the outside of Jason Phillips. He's going to have a good run down the backstretch, with Robert Sanders in there trying to fight for it as well. And I think up front I spotted a 2 wide fight for the lead. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you did.
Brandon Cotton and Nick Asselin. Brandon Cotton takes the position away. I think he got it on the bottom of that 48 truck. Now Trevor McLaughlin right there behind both of them. He's going to try to see if he can make a move on Nick Asselin, get himself up into that clean air out front. Brandon Cotton, though, made the move, and he's pulled away just a little bit from Nick Asselin. The two of them took tires in their last stop. Um, both of them had a 15-second pit stop last time around. I believe Trevor and Dustin did not. Trevor's got a 10-second stop. I would assume that's for damage repairs and not for two tires. It'd be kind of weird to take two in the first stop of the race.
Didn't you say he got clipped by the 51 as he was coming down?
No, that was Chris Thaler that did.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? It's easy to pick up a little bit of random damage that you don't even feel. And then you just feel obligated to fix it because you're thinking maybe it's hurting you. Brandon Cotton gets a pretty poor run out of turn 4. That's going to allow Nick Asselin to be right back up there behind him on his rear bumper going into turn 1. Backs out of it, though. You could throw a blanket over to 3 of these guys.
5.
Dustin Reinstedel now getting close up to the back of Trevor. Sean Cunningham was there, but he just disappeared. Now he's back again. Trevor looking to the inside of Nick Asselin. Nick Asselin running that second line as well as Dustin Reinstedel. Nick Asselin going to be able to hold on to that position. Good tight fight up here for the lead. I mean, we've got 5 trucks here you could throw a blanket over, and a 6th back there, and Eric Thaler that's close enough to take advantage of any small mistakes. Already a half a second of fall off on these tires. So we'll see how the tire strategy comes into play. So we've got Sean Cunningham on the inside, down on the apron, trying to make a move on Dustin Reinstedel, take away that 4th position from the 11 truck.
I believe
Looks like he will be able to make the move. What?
No tires yet for Dustin Reinstedel.
Yep, no tires for him. I believe no tires for Trevor too. I could be wrong, but a 10 seconds pit stop is kind of a weird amount of time. I think he just missed his box. That's
Right.
maybe just me knowing the guy a little bit, but good move there from Sean Cunningham in that Wawa truck. Cool new paint scheme there for the 71. At least I think it's new. Oh, Eric Thaler really loose there coming off of turn 2. Holds on to it, keeps it out of the inside wall. But that's going to allow a bunch of trucks to pounce. Justin Thaler gets by. Robert Sanders gets by him as well around the outside. We've got Travis Jones and Andrew Miller right behind him as well. So this might get a little bit more interesting. Already got some scraped white paint on that 15 truck. Here comes Travis down the inside of that 15. Let's see if he's going to be able to get him clear coming off of 2. Not quite. Eric's going to be able to hold on to it around the outside. Now diving off into 3. Travis, let's see if he drives it in deep or if he's going to keep it normal. He does keep it nice and tidy. The two of them still side by side. Eric's going to have a better exit from the top lane down the front straightaway. But they're still going to be door to door coming off into 1. Somebody hit the wall in front of these guys going off into 1. Hopefully that didn't hurt them too much. And Travis was clear in the middle of the corner, but doesn't move up in front of Eric. Eric's still got his bumper in there, and now we do have a pace car.
Caution's out.
Michael Samia I saw dropping down the pylon.
Remember, Travis Jones was in that earlier spin. And Michael Samia, you said? There he is.
I saw him drop a bunch of places, but he might not have been in it. He might have just been avoiding. I'm not really 100% sure.
Made it back. Travis Jones made it back through
Oh,
half the field.
that's why he
he's
dropped
not.
down. Okay,
Michael Miller.
that's that would be Colin Huffman in the 52 that was up against the wall. Him in that Jegs number 10 truck of Lee Kiernan. See what happens here. Oh yeah, gets up into the fence and he's still trying to hold on to it. Lee's trying to get by him on the outside so that he doesn't have to lift, and lose positions to those 4 trucks of a swarm behind. And Colin just didn't have full control of it yet. Comes back up into him.
I think he was sideways on entry and tried to catch a.
Yeah, you can see he's sideways here. And then he's just going to understeer up into the fence. Now he's He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Lee sees the hole on the top, goes for it, and actually, Lee kind of comes down into Colin.
Might have
I think
finished.
they might have both been squirrely because Lee also hit the wall on the exit of the corner. So then good avoidance by all of these guys to get through here. A little bit of contact was 21 in the 10, but still a great job by everybody, missing it and not making it into a big one. And
All right,
we have
so
a lot of takers on the pits.
more opportunities for pit stops. That's right.
We've got 3 staying out. Lee Kiernan, Ian Silva, and Michael Samia are the 3 that stay out on the racetrack. Everybody else comes into the pit lane. Brandon Cotton, first one out of the pits. Sean Cunningham, second one out of the pits. Robert Sanders gains a few spots on pit road. He's out. That puts him in 6th position. Nick Asselin lost a lot of spots in the pits, but he took tires. He's the first one out on new tires. Nick Asselin, Dustin Reinstedel, Trevor McLaughlin, Justin Thaler, Travis Jones, Eric Thaler, Jason Phillips, Justin Glockner, they all took tires in this last pit stop. Actually, everybody from Justin Glockner back, other than Rybate, took tires on this stop. So we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on older tires. Everybody else is on fresh tires. Michael Samia, Ian Silva, and Lee Kiernan last pit on lap 16. Michael Samia, the only one out of those 3 to take tires in that pit stop. Ian Silva and Lee Kiernan only took fuel. So we'll see how this shakes out. Now we've got some people on old tires, some people on less old tires, and some people with brand new tires. Let's see what happens here. Lee Kiernan getting those bonus points for leading the lap.
That's right. Great call for him, especially being involved in that Colin Huffman incident there. So not enough damage to want to stop. Good for him.
We've got Chris Thaler trying to make it back around to the field. In the background there as we come into turn number 3 for the restart. Pace truck will pull off. We'll be ready to go off the command of this number 10 truck.
Michael Samia gets back on schedule by staying out as well. So I guess everybody's, we got tires all over the place. Good luck keeping up with this one. We're just going to call it like we see it tonight. Lee Kiernan steps on the loud pedal. We're back underway. Ian Silva, Brandon Cotton was the first one to take tires. First one out of the pits of the leaders, that group. So we'll see if these top 3 can stay in front and for how long.
Michael Samia jumping down to the inside, takes the lead away from Lee Kiernan. Ian Silva follows suit. Here comes Sean Cunningham. He's going to be trying to get up to the lead as Lee Kiernan falls back the field big time. So looks like that damage might be a little bit more than what they originally thought it was going to be. Nick Asselin makes his way up into 4th on this restart, and we've got another caution. It's not even a short track. Who we got?
Ooh, Rybate.
Rybates. What happened here? Got the 10 truck there as well. This could have maybe happened in front of him, because he's out here by himself, and then he comes up on a yellow Jegs truck coming into 1. Yeah, right here.
Yeah,
Let's jump up to the 10 and the 2, because Justin Thaler was in the fence up there in turn 1. So let's see what happened here between these 2 guys. They're 3 wide coming down the front straightaway. Lee Kiernan with that damage going slow on the top. And probably just not, it might just be a misjudgment out of these guys. So we're 3 wide here. And Lee not all the way up. Yeah, just Justin comes up into him. Probably just a complete misjudgment there. Whenever you've got one truck going that much slower than the rest, it can be really difficult. You know, right here, he's not expecting to be 3 wide on the straightaway. So, yeah, it just comes up into him there. And that brings out our third caution of the night. Yeah, third caution.
Yeah, I think there was somebody right in front of Justin, and maybe he thought he was all the way clear of him.
Yeah.
That's a bummer for everybody involved.
Got quite a few takers on the pits this time around. It looks like Michael Samia, though, is still going to stay out. So he's the last one to stay on the racetrack. The pit on lap 16. Lucky dog Chris Thaler coming on through. He's barking in the microphone as we speak. So Ian Silva, the first one out of the pits that came down this time. Colin Huffman, Robert Sanders, James Olavison, Eric Thaler in. He's doing repairs. Justin Thaler looks like he came in as well, probably to repair his truck. Lee Kiernan came in and did repairs. Ry Bates doing repairs. Got a lot of repairs, and we're only 37 laps into this thing.
NASCAR Craftsman trucks have been here to Kentucky. Their first race was year 2000. Greg Biffle took home the win in his Ford truck. Scott Riggs, Mike Bliss, Carl Edwards, Bobby Hamilton. First 5 winners.
That first win here by the Biff, I believe, was in his 1 year of the Truck Series racing a Roush truck, if I remember correctly. He wasn't much of a bushwhacker like the rest of them were.
The Biff.
Of course, you know, I was one. You say that was 2000?
2000.
I was either barely alive or still in the
Still in the oven.
It's still in the oven. Yeah, so I might be the 24-year-old NASCAR historian only knows 24 years worth of knowledge. So, and even then, it's probably not 24 years worth. It's probably about 2 years worth.
Probably came out with a checker flag in your hand, won the race.
Something like that. Fun fact: my dad. There's a picture of my dad holding my newborn, or my 1-year-old sister in Victory Lane. He won the race the day after she was born, and then won the race the next year on her birthday. That's kind of cool.
That? Older or younger sister?
Older.
Older. Right on. Michael Samia in the Spider-Man paint takes us back to green flag racing. Thank you, Michael, for getting us out of that conversation. Walker's family history.
What do you mean? That was a conversation.
No, it's great. I love it. I was hoping he would have a couple more victories with you, but we can talk about that in the next caution if we get there. Oh, look at Michael Samia. Nicholas Aslan fighting on the inside for him. He wants it. Dustin Reinstedel on third, your pole sitter. Waiting to pick up any scraps left over. Michael Samia lets him go. This is not the lap to win the race. Michael Samia wants a good finish. He deserves a good finish. Travis Jones, after being involved in that first caution, is back up inside the top 5, fighting for third now.
Good strategy calls for Travis to get himself into position, and he's going to take third position away from Michael Samia. Michael Samia's tires 15 laps older than the guys around him. The only one not to pit yet, but he's still trying to hold on to that position. Look to the outside, but he's going to hold off. Meanwhile, right behind him, Trevor McLaughlin with a power move around the outside of Sean Cunningham. in turns 1 and 2, drove her in there and she's stuck. He must have the special tires on that thing. He's going to take away that 5th position and get his eyes set on that Spider-Man truck. And meanwhile, we've got Jason Phillips now looking to the inside of that number 71 Wawa truck, trying to make that move and follow suit with Trevor McLaughlin. They're still going to be side by side through 1 and 2, but he is going to get clear. So that's going to be 6th position for Jason Phillips coming down the back straightaway. And as we were watching that, Trevor McLaughlin did take the 4th position away from Michael Samia. Now we're jumping back here. Justin Glockner made his way around the outside of Andrew Miller. Ian Silva following suit, as well as Michael Harris Jr., and we have another caution.
Caution's out. Where are we going?
Who is it this time?
Again for Justin?
We've
Oops.
got 2 trucks
Nuts.
way back on the racetrack. One's Chris Thaler, one's Lee Kiernan. Could have been one of those 2. We'll see. James Olavison and Robert Olavison got some family matters going on here.
Yep.
They're going to have a hard time at the dinner table tonight.
It's Christmas week. Come on, guys.
They're going to be cussing each other out at the Christmas tree this year.
Really? I thought we were friends.
We should have a good view of it here. So James Olavison drives down to the bottom, makes it 3 wide. Robert Olavison probably doesn't expect him to be there. Lee Kiernan gets into the back of James. And that's going to send both of the Olavisons around. Eric Thaler barely avoids getting caught up in that as well. The same net code would have got the 15 that got the 9 and the 22. The 15 would have been spinning too. And Lee Kiernan just barely squeaks by. Doesn't look like either one of them hit anything, which is good. They got him back going. Nice, pretty pirouette there from the number 9 truck. Gets that thing back straight again. Let's see. Who took it this time? So, in the pits this time around, Justin Glockner, Robert Sanders, neither one of them took tires. Michael Samia took tires and pit this time. Sean Cunningham came down the pit lane. He just took tires as well. James Olavison coming in to get repairs. Eric Thaler in to get repairs. Lee Kiernan came in to get some repairs. Ry Bates in the pits still getting repairs. He's been sitting there for 4.5 minutes now. And Justin Thaler is on the track circulating now. He sat in the pits getting repairs for a while. At least I think he's circulating. He might be gone. He's not moving. Never mind. He's still in the pits. Whether he's waiting for the repairs or if he said hasta la vista and left.
Yeah.
Not really 100% sure.
Lap 36 was his pit.
Yep, so
he's sitting around for bonus points to finish the race, maybe? I'm not sure.
I think he might just be DONE done. Cracked a cold one, and he's going to sit on the couch and watch the rest of the race.
Lights are out on the pace truck. Unfortunate luck for some drivers. The winner last week swept the weekend, as a matter of fact, on the road courses.
You didn't have to say that.
Taylor. Barely won them, but he won them. He gets the credit and the points and the trophy girl. Who's going to get the trophy girl tonight?
The only trophy girl I care about is the one I'm in the booth with, right, James?
That's right. Come on. I ain't scared. You could do worse. It's all good. Nicholas Aslan is going to save us from this embarrassing conversation and light up the tires with Dustin Reinstedel Your pole setter on the outside, Travis Jones in the 96, right inside Dustin Reisettle on that yellow line. He's going to sneak into second place. Dustin drops down right behind him. Again, the yellow line seems to be the favorite now, even with tire wear, such a big important factor. It looks like grip is more important down low. Nick Aslin, the 48, goes up high. Travis Jones trying to find a way in front of the rear bumper to take the position. Meanwhile, Trevor Mack in the 99, pink 99, looks for a way around Dustin Reinsettle. Can't make it. Travis Jones gets by Nicholas, the 48, and Dustin Reinsettle in the 11 now goes inside the 48 as well. Side by side into turn 3. Nick Aslin holding strong as hard as he can on the outside. As they go through the tri-oval, Travis Jones, your leader. Dustin Reinsettle takes credit for second that time by. And Trevor Mack's got a front row seat for this battle.
Looks like Nick Aslin is going to be able to hold on to third. And we have a battle for the lead. Dustin Reinsettle jumps to the inside of Travis Jones. He gets clear, so he's going to be taken back to the point. He's had the most clean air on the front of that truck out of anybody this year so far, and he's going to try to keep continuing that. Travis Jones, though, looking to the outside, going to try to keep that momentum up around the high line, running the second lane there from the bottom. Same line that Nick Aslin is currently running as well. It's always fun seeing the line offset. We've got both Nick Aslin and T-Mac running the second lane from the bottom through 3 and 4. Kentucky, one of those tracks where you can run a different line on both ends of the track. Just because of how wide the exit of turn 4 is, you can really make that lane 1 from the bottom work versus through turns 1 and 2, kind of getting down to the yellow lines a little bit better, I think. As Ian Silva now jumping to the bottom on Brandon Cotton, going to try to take that position away. Brandon Cotton on old tires, everybody else around on new tires. And by old, I mean they're 20 laps old versus 25 or 15 laps old. So not a big difference in tire, but still a difference nevertheless. Now Brandon Cotton going to be passed by Michael Harris Jr. as well in that 40 truck. He's going to move himself up into 7th position.
Good to see my buddy Michael Harris running great in the trucks tonight. P7 right now. He helps commentate with me on Sundays for the Cup Series and enjoys racing on Friday nights with the truck boys, working on his sim room addition to his house.
Well, if by looking at that truck's livery is anything, he is on fire. He is now trying to hunt down Ian Silva to take away that 6th position. Going to be looking to the outside there of that maroon colored number 51. Not quite going to be able to get close enough to make the move though. So we're going to stay single file with these two. Got a 5 truck breakaway out in the front, and then a 3/4 of a second gap back to Ian Silva in this battle for 6th position. And then another gap back to Michael Samia, who took the position away from Brandon Cotton. He's moved himself up into 8th. Brandon Cotton falling down the field on those old tires. A nice little battle here between Norm, everyone's favorite, Norm Snyder, and Ron Schamer here for 10th. Norm on the inside, Ron on the outside. This Christmas colored wheels. And a drunk Homer Simpson on the quarter panel. Now going down the back straightaway, door to door. See if Norm can make this move stick here on the bottom. Ron has to get out of it just a little bit in the middle of the corner. And Norm will make the pass, get it complete, and move himself up into 10th. Relegate Ron back down into 11th position.
Couple guys with Santa Claus on their paint tonight. I love it.
That's looks like 3 wide action going on behind. No, it was just 2 wide with some offset. Dustin Reinstuttle out in front has pulled almost he's got 8.5 tenths back to Travis Jones in second. He's got Nick Asselin right there on his rear bumper. And we've got a good half second back to Trevor McLaughlin and Jason Phillips. And Trevor McLaughlin gets into the fence. Will he keep it out of the bottom? Yes, he will. Holds on to it. Good job by him. Is going to lose the position to Ian Silva, though. Great save, though, by the Canadian driver.
Great car control, truck control by Trevor Mack. Could have been a lot worse for everybody. Holding on to 6th place after qualifying 10th.
Here comes Michael Samia, his teammate, looking to the inside. Michael Samia's tires are 12 laps fresher than Trevor McLaughlin's, and Trevor's just going to let him go down the inside. Michael Samia trying to work his way back up. He restarted about 14th or 15th, I believe, on the restart. So he's making moves, taking names, got himself back up in the 6th position.
Michael Samia with the Spider-Man paint job tonight. Looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it does look good.
See if he can bring him any luck.
I'm always a big fan of chrome wheels that are colored. I just love the way they look. I love those red chrome wheels. In the darkness, they turn black, but whenever the light hits them, they've got that little bit of red in them. Oh, they're so nice. Love them. Not biased whatsoever. Definitely.
I can't disagree with that. The green wheels look pretty awesome too. We saw earlier on Ron Schamer. Metallic green, chrome green.
Mm-hmm.
Battle for second continues to rage on.
Looks like a bit of a bumpy road down there on the apron. You can see those things bobbing out, hopping through the air, but I guess it's still faster because they keep going down there. Dustin Reinstuttle now 1.5 seconds ahead of Travis Jones. Not quite sure actually what the fuel window is, to be honest. So we'll see.
27 to
25.
30.
Okay. So we should be coming up on the fuel window here in the next 10 laps or so, depending on how much fuel they save during the cautions. The top 4 all came into the pits last on lap 31. Ian Silva a little bit later on lap 36. Michael Samia looking to the inside of Ian Silva, going to try to take away that 5th position. Not quite going to be able to, though. Ian Silva shuts the door and holds on to this 5th for now. Gonna try to stay in there behind that nice big hole of air that the big ass fans number 88's giving him. I guess you could say it's a big ass hole in the air.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but he's got Santa Claus on his paint tonight. A couple of different places.
Nice little Santa hat there. The cleanest Photoshop work I have ever seen personally, as Ian Silva jumping to the bottom on Jason Phillips. They're going to be 2 wide coming across the line. Credit it to Jason, but it was only by a rear bumper deflection, or front bumper deflection, as now Ian Silva will take that position and get clear, and Michael Samia is going to follow right through. That's 2 positions down in 1 corner for Jason Phillips in that big ass fans number 88. And up ahead over side by side for second, Travis Jones, Nick Asselin. Nick Asselin got to Travis. Let's see if they're still side by side. I don't think they are anymore. It looks like Nick got back in line behind. Let's see if Michael Samia is going to continue this hunt on that number 51 of Ian Silva. He will. He's going to pull down to the bottom, going off down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Driver in there deep. Hope she holds. Ian Silva holding it around the outside, going to have a better exit. More speed down the front straightaway. No, well, a little bit of apron usage there from the 3, but not too much. A lot less than what the guys ahead are using. And we're still side by side up in front of these guys for second. Nick Asselin now on the outside. Looks like he got that position. He did. So he's going to move himself up into second. And Travis Jones is coming into the pits, as well as Nick Asselin and Dustin Reinsettle. Those 3 guys coming down. That's going to put Michael Samia out in the lead with Ian Silva. Trevor McLaughlin also stays out. We've got the Big Ass Fans number 88 in the pits. Michael Harris Jr., Ron Schaumer, Andrew Miller, John Asselin, James Olavison, Lee Kiernan, Rye Bates, all in the pits this time. I'll leave that Spider-Man truck out on the point with the 51 truck of Ian Silva right behind. These guys have around 2.5 seconds back to Trevor McLaughlin, who is coming into the pits now. That's a 1-lap overcut on the bulk of the guys. Norm Snyder in the pits, Colin Huffman into the pits as well. Robert Olavison coming in. That's going to leave Michael Samia, Ian Silva, Sean Cunningham, Justin Glockner, Robert Sanders, Eric Thaler, Chris Thaler, all still out on the racetrack. These guys all pit a lot later. Ian Silva last pit on lap 36, so he should be the next one to come in, next domino to fall. Chris Thaler on lap 37, and then the rest of them pit on lap 43 in the last caution that we just had that are still out on the racetrack. Battle out of the pit lane. Looks like it was won by Dustin Reinsettle as Chris Thaler comes into the pits. Dustin Reinsettle taking back over from where he left off. Nick Asselin. He gained about a second on Nick Asselin. Here comes Ian Silva now in that 51 truck for his pit stop. Gonna leave Michael Samia out there. Lee Kiernan on fresh tires coming up behind him. And there's Robert Olavison, I believe, right? That's the 22, right? Yeah. Robert Olavison out of the pits.
Samia stays out. His last stop, 43. Lap 43, so he's good to about lap 70 to 73.
Who is that coming out of the pits? That'd be Chris Thaler. Not too much movement. Brandon Cotton moved up a few positions in the battle out of the pits. Got Eric Thaler here, fighting with all the guys that have came out of the pits. They're on fresh tires. He's on old tires, so he's falling back like a rock. There goes Travis Jones passing Robert Sanders, who also has not pit yet.
These guys that are going long, I think they're going to be in good position.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they're losing about 1.5 to 2 seconds per lap right now. On tire life alone. But let's see. I think everybody after this final group pits, everybody can come home in one stop, I'm pretty sure. Because the guys that pit on laps, the earliest one that pit was lap 62 for Brandon Cotton. That'll take him all the way to 89, which should take him to the finish. So everybody's going to have one stop left after this one. Michael Samia still staying out, getting those lap lead bonus points, hoping for a caution to trap the whole field a lap down. Here comes Dustin Reinsettle to unlap himself, the net leader, and he does. He gets past Michael Samia. You can see the gap back there to Nick Asselin, who is in a next second place. Michael Samia comes around to lead yet another lap. Eric Thaler is now in the pits. He's coming back out. That's just going to leave Michael Samia, Justin Glockner, and Robert Sanders, the last 3 to pit. Eric Thaler's going to come back out way down in 18th, maybe 19th. Let's see if John Aslan gets by. He most likely did. And we've got Michael Samia coming into the pits from the lead. So that's going to hand the lead over to Justin Glockner, who stays out, and Robert Sanders in second, who also stayed out. Everybody taking tires on that last stop, kind of a given, but still got to say it. So Justin Glockner going to get his bonus points for leading a lap. Here comes Ian Silva to unlap himself. We'll get the move done pretty quick. Trevor McLaughlin following suit behind here pretty soon. And here comes Justin Glockner into the pits, as well as Robert Sanders. So we're going to be going back to the status quo. No miracle caution to keep these guys 1 lap ahead of everybody else. That's going to put Dustin Reinstedel back out to the lead with a 2.5 second lead over Nick Aslan in second. Travis Jones another second behind Nick in third. Brandon Cotton with a good net gain there with his 3-lap undercut on most of these guys will swoop up that 4th position. Ian Silva on a 3-lap overcut compared to Lee Kiernan around.
Lee again. Yep.
And that's going to take out the caution. Robert Sanders and Justin Glockner are most likely a little bit on the annoyed side. 1 lap later, and they're a lap ahead of everybody.
Yep. Samia is 1 lap away. We'll find out what happened to Lee. Here, bear with me 1 second. And what's going on? Why can't I find Lee? Even at the bottom. I must have a... Nope. Okay, let's try it again. No, did he leave the world? He might have just... Where I paused. He got
him and Robert Olavison got
me
together
too,
here.
yeah.
Let's see what happens here. 2 of them side by side coming down the front stretch. Lightning going up into 1 here, and Lee Kiernan just drifts right up into the 22. 22 not all the way against the wall. Lee maybe was thinking he would be. Big contact into the outside fence there for that 10 Jegs truck. So let's see what happens here.
Looked like net code. Lee got sideways really quick. But yeah, the 22 pinched him down for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the 22 is going up to the wall. He's going to be there. I mean, even without the net code, they're going to make contact. The 10 truck gets into the fence pretty hard, front and rear contact. Now he's got the brakes locked down. Hoping he doesn't slide down in front of anybody. Hopefully there's nobody coming. Let's see. Still got the brakes locked up. And oh no.
Aslan.
Gasses it up right in front of Nick Aslan, who was in second position.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh, Nick. I think Nick is in a sophomore slump that is not on his own fault. And yeah, he's still in the pits. He's been sitting there for 2 minutes. That might be a blown engine. That was probably a tow.
It might be the first time we see a Hans device broken.
Yeah, he's definitely in the infield care center right now.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, Lee just gasses it up, rolls down right in front of him, just nowhere to go for the 48 truck, and huge impact there. Yeah, that's definitely a tow for the 48. Really unlucky for him. Man.
And Kiernan was doing the best he could. Thought he saw. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was close.
90 degrees to the track, you can't go reverse. You have to go down at some point.
It's a good job by the 5 and the 88 as well, missing that. That was unbelievably close. to them hitting the 48.
Your heart has to go out for the 48 for sure, though.
Yeah, that sucks. So, let's see who
Want to give
pit.
us a race reset here?
A lot of people pit. Colin Huffman, the first one in 11th that came down that time by. That's going to put Travis Jones out on point. Ian Silva on the outside. Trevor McLaughlin in third. Michael Harris Jr. in fourth. Andrew Miller fifth. Sean Cunningham sixth. Norm Snyder, Michael Samia, Justin Glockner, and John Aslin. Those are the 10 that stayed out. Colin Huffman, as I said, won the race off of pit road. He did not take tires in that pit stop. Dustin Reinsettle took tires. Brandon Cotton, Jason Phillips, they took tires. Eric Thaler, no tires for him. Ron Schaummer, James Lavison both took tires. So let's see what happens here. We've got about 10 lap old tires out here in the front. Fresh tires about 5 or 6 rows back. Let's see what happens here with about quick math. 37, 36 laps to go, something like that. I don't know. Math is hard.
80, 20, 33 to go.
Yeah, that was close. We're back green. Travis Jones with a good jump there on the restart. Ian Silva now side by side with Trevor McLaughlin, who is on the bottom trying to take away that second position. Got trucks moving around like crazy here, battling for third. They were 3 wide, I think. 4 wide, 3 wide. They're all over the place. Robert Sanders sideways. Looks like he held on to it. And no, he didn't. Either that or there was another wreck somewhere else as we're back under caution once again. And I can't help but giggle a little bit because at the bottom it's that ass got black flagged. Giggle, giggle, haha.
No, Sanders made it. Who else? Nicholas Aslin again? He's black flagged. No. Oh, look outside. Oh my gosh.
That's a
He
great
saved
save
it.
from Robert there.
He saved it. What happened? Was that Josh? On the quick draw on the
Maybe.
car?
He probably thought he was gone. I mean, I would think he's gone here too.
It's gone
Gets a little
too.
bit of contact there from Ron Schaummer. I mean, that thing, I said Justin Thaler was in the no-no zone about a month ago. Robert Sanders is past the no-no zone. That thing should not have turned back the way it did, but he got her back around. Good job by him holding on to that. That's impressive. Give him the Goodies Save of the Race award.
Save of the race. For sure. One more corner. As he makes it through turn 2, down the back stretch, trying to figure out where to go. Looks high, looks low. Slings it into turn 3. I thought we were going to get oh, he might have got some help from the 97.
Yeah, he definitely got some help from the 97. I mean, look at how sideways that thing is. He just pulls it right back out like it's nothing. Gets the wheel straightened up so he doesn't overcorrect it and shoot up into the fence. That's a great piece of driving right there.
What
I am going to
save.
fangirl about that one for a little while. That was impressive. So.
And he gets a caution out of it.
So, under this caution, we had a few takers. Trevor McLaughlin, Michael Harris Jr., Robert Sanders, James Lavison, John Aslin, Chris Thaler, and Robert Lavison, as well as Norm Snyder and Nick Aslin, who is still in the pits after his unfortunate crash. So that's going to leave Travis Jones once again out there to lead us to the restart. Ian Silva is going to be on the outside again, I presume. Sean Cunningham is in third position now with Michael Samia in fourth. Andrew Miller fifth. Justin Glockner in sixth. And then the first one that pit in the last caution, Dustin Reinsettle, was in seventh. But I will say, like Michael Samia and Justin Glockner, they pit on lap 74 and 75 respectively and took tires. So their tires are 2 and 3 laps older. It's not really that big of a difference. Sean Cunningham as well. He pit on lap 71. So he's going to have some pretty fresh tires. Travis Jones, on a little bit older of tires. He put on lap 65. Ian Silva 68.
I think these guys that pit at lap 81 can go to the end
I
with
think so too.
this yellow. These couple of laps of yellow are just what they need if you can go 30. I was told between 25 and 30. So that usually means 27 is what the meter says when they start their session, exiting pits for practice time. So, yeah, you could just barely make it to 30. You're good to go here, and that would be Robert Sanders, Michael Harris Jr., John Haslin,
Trevor McLaughlin actually ahead of those guys. He's in 11th. He
Cotton.
pit on this time around.
Brandon Cotton came in after the yellow came out. So we're going to go back racing again. Travis Jones will bring us back in the Geico restart zone, and you can watch him take off. Michael Samia gives Ian Silva a little bit of a push. I'm thinking all these guys might have to have one more stop before we call the race. We're back to racing.
Still 2x2 here for second place. Travis Jones said, see ya, he's gone. Dustin Reinsettle looking to the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide on Andrew Miller. Michael Samia edging his way over to the bottom. And Sean Cunningham disappears from existence once again. Another glitch in the void, but he's back. So he's going to take over that second position. Michael Samia in third. Ian Silva's dropped back to fourth. Dustin Reinstettle's going to try to make that fifth as we're still 3 wide back there for sixth. Eric Thaler on the bottom. Looks like Justin Glockner on the outside. Andrew Miller was in the middle. He's going to lose those 2 spots. It's going to allow Jason Phillips to try to make this move on Andrew Miller, and he will. So he's going to make it up the inside and take that position away. Great racing here for the 6th position. They're still not done. Justin Glockner around the outside of the man, the myth, the legend, the Eric Thaler. Meanwhile, up front, we've got a fight for the lead. Travis Jones's big jump out in the front didn't last for very long. Sean Cunningham, with his fresher tires, is going to take over the lead. Michael Samia is following suit quickly, and here comes Dustin Reinsettle as well in that number 11 truck. He's going to try to make it 3 in 1 lap. Positions lost for Travis. Travis going to be able to hold on to third for now, but Dustin's still going to be trying to take that position away, moving back into fourth. And he drives her in there deep on those fresher tires, is going to make it stick, so he's going to take away third position. Michael Samia looking to the inside now of Sean Cunningham. He's going to try to make this move for the lead. Sean Cunningham running that high line, going to be able to carry a lot more speed here through 3 and 4. And gets a good exit, going to be able to hold on to that position. Now we've got Dustin Reinsettle right on the rear bumper of Michael Samia. He's going to be looking to the bottom on that 3 truck. The 15 of Eric Thaler dives it in behind. And we're still 2 wide here for second position. Door to door down the back straightaway. And Dustin Reinsettle will make the move stick on that number 3 truck of Michael Samia and move himself up into second position. Sean Cunningham out there in that clean air. He's going to be seeing that Rootley number 11 truck in his mirrors, and they're filling him up right now. And there goes that 11 to the bottom. Dustin Reinsettle trying to take the lead. Can he do it with 25 to go?
It is no coincidence, in my opinion, that these guys are always in the front. I'm talking about Dustin Reinsettle, Eric Thaler, even Sean Cunningham, often racing up in the front. Michael Samia. And this is why, lap after lap, these guys putting in the fast times, racing side by side without making contact. Just good, hard oval racing, which is what we love. These guys are showing us how, putting on a clinic. Sean Cunningham holds off Dustin Reinsettle 1 more lap. Side by side for third as well. It's just non-stop racing up in the front. Too close to call for either one of them.
Looks like Dustin is going to be able to get down to the bottom on Sean Cunningham. Will he be able to make the move, or will Sean be able to hold it around the outside like he has been? looks like Dustin will get the move done, so Dustin puts himself back up into the lead where he was before the caution, the 2 cautions ago. That's going to put him out there in that clean air once again. Eric Thaler from the back to the front, hitting the wall out of the exit of 4 there. He's going to be trying to make a move on Sean Cunningham. Not quite going to be able to this time around. Michael Samia close behind. Justin Glockner as well following suit. As Dustin Reinstedel pulls away out in the lead, almost a half a second already is his advantage. Back to second place, Sean Cunningham, who's just trying his hardest to hold on to that position with 6-lap older tires. Might not sound like a lot, but with these trucks, 6 laps is everything. He's around a 1/10 slower that time around than Dustin Reinstedel. First truck that pitted on lap 81 was Robert Sanders. He's currently in 7th position as Eric Thaler jumps to the inside of Sean Cunningham. Sean, though, going to try to hold it around the outside, going to get a good run down this front straightaway. Comes across, and they're going to be clear, I think, going into turn 1. Not quite. Eric's still got his bumper at the quarter. Bottom line should be better here through 1 and 2, and it is. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Eric gets a little bit loose off of the door of Sean Cunningham, now going off into turn number 3 once again. Sean trying his hardest in that 71 truck to hold on to this position. This is some great racing for second.
And it's letting Dustin Reinstedel pull away more and more with each lap that passes. These guys are fighting it out. Almost a full second now for Dustin Reinstedel. You can't blame him. Look at Justin Glickner and Michael Samia side by side. That's for P4. Jason Phillips in that Holiday Big Ass Fans paint right there with them as well. Do not take the hats to victory lane. There's a lot of racing left. These guys are going to have to stop one more time. We know for a fact these guys can't make it to the end.
Look at Eric up there running in no man's land. He was against the wall through 3 and 4. Nobody else is going up there. And yet here he is, Mr. Rip the Lip himself, running around the outside, making up time, up into 3rd position. Michael Samia and Justin Glockner side by side behind. And here comes Sean Cunningham, the first one to blink. He's going to take tires most likely, some fuel, try to get this undercut on the rest of the field, see if he can maybe gain some time on Dustin Reinstedel and take back the lead, as these guys here are still 2 by 2. Eric Thaler running around that top line, going to hold on to that position from Justin Glockner behind, and it looks like Jason Phillips will take the position away from Michael Samia. Justin Glockner jumps up to the top. It's going to allow Jason Phillips down his inside. Travis Jones coming into the pits. Yeah, pit stop puts you 1 lap down here, so it's really scary to come in early. 1 caution can ruin your race here. And here comes Robert Sanders as well, the first truck to pit on lap 81. He's making moves, made his way up to 6th now, fighting for this in this battle for second. Going to move around the outside of Michael Samia. Meanwhile, we've got that big-ass fans number 88 down the inside of Eric Thaler for 3rd. They're still side-by-side coming across the line. See if the 88 truck can get the move done. Looks like he's clear here. He'll be able to slide up in front of that 15. It's going to allow the 6 to try to make a move on the 15 truck here, going off into turn number 3. Andrew Miller was another taker in the pits last time by. And I wonder how much fuel Robert Sanders is saving. Michael Samia comes into the pits. That's going to leave 4 trucks out there that didn't pit on laps 81. Eric Thaler loses that position to Robert Sanders here, I believe. Oh, Eric's going to fight back around the outside. A great run down the back straightaway. Justin Glockner got into the fence ahead. That's going to allow Jason Phillips down the inside. Looks like he might be able to take that position away. Justin Glockner also running that Eric Thaler patented line. And here comes Dustin Reinsettle and Jason Phillips. Your leader is in. Jason Phillips in the 88. He is also in. Ron Schaumer is in. 13 to go on the clock. Michael Samia only took 2 tires in his pit stop. He's come out, I believe, ahead of Sean Cunningham. This is going to allow Justin Glockner to have that clean air out in the front. Get those bonus points, buddy. Eric Thaler in second, Robert Sanders third, Trevor McLaughlin fourth, John Asselin in 5th position, Michael Harris Jr. in 6th as we're in this pit cycle. Only 2 trucks left out there that haven't pit yet. That's Robert Sanders and Justin Glockner and Eric Thaler. Robert Sanders on the inside of Eric. Looks like he will get this move done. Yes, he will. Slides up in front of that 15 truck. It's going to put him up in the 2nd position. Let's see if he can run down that number 21 of Justin Glockner for the lead. 11 laps to go here at Kentucky. And it's nowhere close to done yet, that's for sure. How far can Eric and Justin go on fuel here? Justin, lap 75. Eric on lap 77. The last time the 2 of them came into the pits.
With the caution, they might be able to go all the way, but
Eric is in.
oh, yeah, they have to come in.
So Justin Glockner going to be the last one out. Think he can probably make it. If he stretches the fuel as far as he can probably make it to about, I'd say, 4 or 5, 6 to go, something like that. Don't think he can make it. I saw him swerve on the back straightaway. That might mean he's coming in. Nope, he's staying out.
Justin Glickner doesn't get enough screen time. One of the unsung heroes who just kind of goes about in the chat on the track, does his own thing, minds his own business. Doesn't really tend to get involved in too many incidents, knows how to avoid them, and a good showing. I'm glad to see Justin Glickner running up front.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's always somewhere in like that 8th to 5th battle, it seems, every single week. He's in there in the juicy section. Now he's out there up front, getting that clean air and running away from Robert Sanders, who's 1 second back now. Justin still not pitting. So he's trying to wind it out as much as he can. Here comes Dustin Reinsettle on those fresh boots. He's saying, if you guys can't make it on fuel, then I'm going to have a half a lap lead on you. But if you can make it on fuel, I've got to figure out a way to make a whole lap on you. So he's got the pedal to the metal.
Unlapping himself.
So this battle right here between Robert Sanders and Trevor McLaughlin is either going to be the battle for the lead or the battle for the heartbreak, unless Justin Glockner somehow makes it to the end. I mean, with how much Justin stretched out his fuel here, he pit 6 laps earlier than Robert and Trevor, and we're coming up on 6 to go. And Justin stays out, so I think this definitely seals it. The guys that pit on lap 81 should make it to the end. As we see Michael Samia right on the rear bumper of Sean Cunningham here. John Asselin falling back a little bit as he's getting lapped or unlapped by all of these guys on these fresh tires. They're coming through like a choo-choo train. He's out there minding his own business in 4th place, hoping they don't hit him. Big ass fans truck coming down the inside as well. You can see ahead Trevor McLaughlin on the top, letting everybody go. Here comes Justin Glockner.
Yes.
Going to 5 to go. He peels off into the pits. That's going to leave Robert Sanders out in the lead, half a second ahead of Trevor McLaughlin. These guys are getting absolutely ransacked by all of the pitters that are trying to go as fast as they can and unlapping themselves. And in all of this, it looks like Trevor McLaughlin lost a bunch of time there with everybody passing him, but now he's gained a bit of time back on Robert. Now he's 3 wide to the outside with Eric and Travis here.
Just let them go, Trevor, and suck right back up into their slipstream. See if they can pull you back up to the 6. But this is the race for the lead with 4 to go. I believe it's between the number 6 and the 99.
Absolutely, and the number 6, he probably doesn't feel very. He probably is yelling at everybody that's trying to fly by him here. Now we're back to clean racing for these guys. John Asselin there in third. He's making time up on the 99 in the 6. Will he have enough time to get there? 3 to go on the pylon. Can John Asselin move his way up into the lead here with 3 laps to go? We'll have to see. Trevor McLaughlin there in second position. Hasn't won a race this season yet in the Truck Series. Can he make up some ground on Robert Sanders? He's currently 7/10 back. Gap around the same as what it was before.
Do not think these guys are threatened too much from behind at all. This is the race for second and third that we're watching. Brandon Cotton's
coming. He was 4/10 faster that last lap.
Remember, the whole pit cycled when everybody came in. Brandon Cotton pitted the lap afterwards just to get that one little extra splash to make sure he could go all the way. And now he's run through the field and caught up to the podium. Can he get on the podium? He's going to have to wait until Sanders takes the white. And the race for second, can Brandon Cotton go inside John Asselin? Yes, he does. Can he get around Trevor McLaughlin for second? Brandon Cotton's drive down the back straightaway for second place is Robert Sanders as your leader on the white flag lap. Let's see what happens for second. Brandon Cotton goes inside Trevor McLaughlin. The race for third now with Trevor McLaughlin and John Asselin. But up front, it's all Robert Sanders with the win. And the race for second, I believe Brandon Cotton.
I think Robert was out of fuel across the line there. I actually think Robert was out of fuel. He is. He's out of fuel, out of turn 4 on the last lap. Absolutely perfect. No Dale Jr. moment for Robert Sanders. He doesn't get to do his donuts, though.
I'm not sure. I still saw smoke coming out of the window netting there. I'm not sure what kind of smoke that was, but we know it's Robert Sanders, and he's got it, the win tonight. Congrats.
Awesome race.
Brandon Cotton's going to bring it home in P2. No donuts for him. One moment, Walker, and I'll throw the race results up on the screen when everybody finishes. And there they are while I go try to find our podium finishers to bring them up to the booth.
All right, so your race results. Robert Sanders coming home with the win. I believe it's his second win on the year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe second or third win on the year. One of your title protagonists, he's going to gain some points on the other title protagonist. Brandon Cotton comes home in second place. Great job by him. Restarted in the very back on that last restart. Drove his way through the field up into second. Trevor McLaughlin as well with that great strategy, pitting on lap 81. Comes home in third. John Asselin, great run for him up in fourth. Trying to get that last podium position, but not quite able to do it. Michael Harris Jr. with a top 5. Great run for him. James Olavison comes home in P6. Chris Thaler comes home in P7. Dustin Reinsettle, the other title protagonist, led a lot of this race, but he's going to come home in 8th. Norm Snyder comes home in 9th position. Good top 10 for him. Michael Samia rounds out the top 10. Jason Phillips comes home in 11th. Eric Thaler 12th. Sean Cunningham in 13th. Ian Silva 14th. Travis Jones 15th. Last one on the lead lap. Andrew Miller comes home in 16th. Justin Glockner, after being out there in the lead for so long, comes home in a measly 17th position. Ron Schaumer comes home in 18th. Colin Huffman 19th. Robert Olavison first one 2 laps down in 20th. And then you've got Nick Asselin in 21st, Lee Kieran in 22nd, Justin Thaler 23rd, and Rye Bates 24th. All 4 of them on the truck.
We have our drivers in the booth ready for us. What an amazing race, man. Just that last caution to do the math on the fly in your head while trying to figure out how to get track position. so much going on as a driver. You really have to work hard to get a podium, especially with over 20 trucks tonight. Thanks to everybody for making that happen. We are with third place, Trevor McLaughlin. Trevor Mack, congrats on a podium finish, man. Great racing. Talk us through your race.
Thank you, sir. I did not think that I would finish this well. I do not really like Kentucky, but once that last caution came out, I figured I'd pit and just see if I can make it on fuel. I would be about 2 laps short. And I guess I just spent too much time saving and didn't have enough time to chase down the 6 at the end of the race there, but the 5 passed me anyway, so I wouldn't have won.
It was close. You had to try it. Walker, what you got for your buddy Trevor?
Yeah, great job, Trevor, on the third place position there. Great strategy race and good strategy from you. Yeah, we knew you guys were going to have to save all three of you. And then with everybody that pit coming through, it seemed like you lost some time there. Talk us through what was going through your head as you saw the time go away as they all flew by.
Well, first I thought that I was the first car that could make it, and then I realized that the 6 had also pit with me. So once I realized that, I cut back on the saving a little bit, but I still probably saved too much because I had almost a full lap left of gas, whereas the 6 ran out at the line. So uh, just didn't play it quite right, but I'm happy with third place.
Yeah, you should be, man. I mean, that's incredible. Again, with a big field, you been working hard all season long. Congrats on a great podium. The crowd's going wild. Free Ghost Bubblicious for everybody at the next event. So,
Yeah, right.
congrats on a great run, Trevor.
All right, thank you.
All right, great racing. That's Trevor McLaughlin, third place. One step off of the top of the step of the podium is Brandon Cotton. Brandon, you had to come from the back all the way up through to the front by the time after that last and final pit stop. I noticed you waited one lap to come in after everybody came in. Was that just to make sure you had enough fuel?
No, that was more of a mental lapse on my part. I was sitting there and I realized we were about 30 laps, 31 laps to the finish. And I had run a session to where I had fuel saved and I realized I could get 31 laps, almost 32 laps on a fuel run. And I was like, crap, I got a pit. And the pits were closed. And so I was talking to Sean Cunningham and Rod Bates there on Discord, and I said, "Do we get an end of line penalty, or is it a hold?" And they were like, "I think it's just an end of line." And so I was like, "All right, I'm going in." And so I went and I pitted, and of course, as soon as I hit pit road, it said hold for 40 seconds. And so I got into my pit box and I served my penalty. And by the time I got around the track, I was at full speed right when they took green, and I had to check up a whole lot to stay in line. But from that point, I just started running my fuel save, and I realized I was a couple laps to the good. Started to run a little harder, and then I realized I was right on the fuel bubble, so I started saving again. And I just didn't quite have enough there to catch the 6. He was a little ahead of me tonight.
That's awesome racing, man. Walker, what you got?
Yeah, great drive there from the last restart. I think you were restarting like 18th or 17th, something like that, to come all the way through to take second position. I mean, I saw you making moves before everybody started pitting. I think you were 6th or 7th before the pit cycle started. So great job by you. You had a crazy night, though. You were in the front, to the back, in the front, to the back. So how was your roller coaster ride in general? How was your race tonight?
Well, I like to get off sequence from everybody, and I kind of go the opposite direction. Other than the competition caution, I think about almost everybody took tires for the most part. Um, but I kind of like to get off sequence and change it up a little bit for myself, and that way I can make adjustments throughout the race. Obviously, we had several cautions that always throws a wrench in your plan, but everything came together for once.
Well,
Yeah,
congrats.
that's great for you and a good finish going off into the Christmas break.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Congratulations to the 6. Thanks for everybody putting this thing on.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon. Merry Christmas to everybody, like you said. We appreciate you. Robert Sanders, the race winner, is live in the booth with us. Robert, crazy race. Congratulations on a victory tonight. The pit stop at the right time gets you take it all the way. Were you nervous about those guys in front that pitted just a few laps before you?
Well, I don't. Can you hear me? I don't know
Loud
if you.
and clear. Go ahead. We got
Yep.
you.
Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah. It just worked out good for me, man. I got a EOL at the very beginning, caution of the race, put me at the back, and I just started pitting at every caution after that for fuel, pretty much. And I was actually in the pits when the last caution came out, so I was actually able to pit a lap later, I think, than everybody else because we got to pass the pace car and then come back around, and I got to go back in the pits again. Uh, but them last couple laps, I was definitely throwing the clutch in and 3 and 4 and just rolling it.
And then to run out after you crossed the line, did you run out, or were you just so happy you slammed on the
No,
brake?
no. It was spitting and sputtering as I come down the backstretch. I knew it was gonna be close, and I was trying to make it where I could just hold it out wide open on that last lap. Worked out great.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you live on the second floor or the middle floor of a condo or anything where you're jumping up and down, and hopefully your downstairs neighbors aren't too mad,
Uh,
or even your next door neighbor.
I couldn't honestly. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know I was so far. I didn't know I was everybody in front was gonna pit. You know, I was just happy to get back up close to the front of the field, and everybody started calling in their pit entries. I was like, oh shit, here we go. You know, had no idea, but worked out great.
We're jumping up and down here too, man. Walker, what you got?
Yeah, awesome job. Great strategy pull there from you, Robert. And you played the fuel perfect as well, running out as you crossed the line. I saw it, like I saw you slowing down, and Brandon Cotton just passed you right after the line. So excellent job on saving just enough fuel. And yeah, I think there was one moment in this race where I thought there's absolutely no way that this man is not going to hit the wall. That's turn 3. I mean, even Josh threw the caution because he thought you were a goner. Somehow you hold that thing and keep it straight. Great save. I gave you the goodies save of the race for that.
Oh man, your kids! I usually have the stream up on my phone, kind of off to the side, but I got a new setup, so I was in VR. I was wondering if that threw the caution out. Yeah, man, I caught a 4X off of that too, man. You know, through my whole 5 points, but yeah, I got dive bombed there, but it's all good. I'll take the win any day of the week. So worked out in the long run, so we won't complain today.
Well, with Dustin Reinstedel finishing 8th, and
Oh
you're
yeah, when I seen them all going to pits, man, I was like perfect because I knew a couple of the guys behind me were fuel saving too. I knew they were going to make it, so I knew they were definitely going to. I was just praying the caution didn't come out. Yeah.
all right. No whammies. No
Yeah.
whammies.
I still actually I'm pretty sure I still had an extra set of tires sitting in the bin. I've already exited out.
Well, I don't know if you can catch all the way back up to Dustin Reinstedel, but Dustin finished.
No, yeah, it's gonna be. I had a bad week last week. Yeah, I got a new setup and road courses. You know, just not enough practice on them, man. Need to put some more time in.
Well, it looks like it paid off for you tonight. Well, we hope you go off to the Christmas break with a nice little uh, bonus for your, uh, for your energy reserves. But we're off to Homestead, Miami after that. Um, so not next Friday, but the following Friday. We hope to see you at Homestead, Miami, as you can continue to put your charge on for the points and catch Dustin before the season's over, man. Lots of racing left. Congrats on a great win, Robert.
Yes, sir. You know I'll be there. Appreciate everything y'all do. Everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
That's right. Happy holidays to you too and your family. Man,
Yes, sir.
Walker, we saw a great race tonight, man. Robert Sanders
Absolutely.
brings home the victory. I don't know what else to say, Walker. Great run. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, it was a great race. We had a few cautions in there, and it jumbled up the field quite a bit. And that last caution there, everybody comes in on lap 81. That stayed out there. I mean, we had 7 trucks, I believe, that pit on lap 81 that were able to make it to the end. And kudos to them for jumping on the opportunity, seeing that they could make it and doing it. Just a great win for Robert. Unfortunate for Dustin that the cautions came out. He was out there in the lead, but that's how racing goes. We've seen this happen plenty of other times, and I'm sure it'll happen plenty more times.
Yeah, me too. Well, To everybody out there listening, watching, thanks a bunch for paying attention. Thanks for giving us a like and a subscribe while you're here. For Walker McNulty and Josh Watt running the stream,
And I approve of this message.
we wish everybody a happy holidays and thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to stay in your lane.
Merry Christmas.